Okay, so today I want to talk about a big topic and it's about moving your body and physical exercise. Because I went from being completely insecure, not going out with my friends because I didn't want to expose myself more, comparing myself, barely being able to walk up the stairs. I was always out of breath, even if we went for longer walks. I remember I was like in a dark room, just a complete negative headspace where I was counting calories in the wrong context. I want to say wrong context because I did it the right way and I've done it the wrong way. This was all about the age of when I was 14 until 16. And as kids, I think kids nowadays are being told like constantly with the social media and the body standards and the perception of beauty, how it's been changing over the years. It really makes kids insecure, and also the obesity pandemic where kids are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and the generations are getting fatter and fatter, where you're told to just love yourself and to just deal with yourself as you are now. But I completely disagree with this because I've also been told to just accept myself. But I feel like there's a difference between accepting some traits of yourself and basically not changing. You should always be seeking to change positively, and one of the ways you can seek to change positively, which I've said 100 times, is exercise. Physically and mentally. Mostly, I believe mostly mentally. Of course, there's a correlation between how you look physically to your mental well-being. Mentally, with a lot of other things linked together, which I've spoken about in past videos. It completely changed my mindset. It completely changed my discipline. It could change my consistency. It proved to myself that I could be consistent at other things and not just the gym. So let me get into some physical things, but I'm not going to make it longer about physically because I do want to focus more on the mental aspect of this. So physically, let's talk about fascia. Fascia is like a connective tissue that you have in your body, all over your body. And the way you keep it younger is by exercise. It's by mobility, by stretching, and makes you what you would say younger. It gives you, when old people, like when they can't bend down, is because of their fascia tissue. It's because it's been tangled up, and I'll insert a picture. So the way you can keep it young and healthy, your fascia tissue, is by exercising. It's by getting mobile. And let me talk about the different ways of exercising. You probably assume that the only way you can exercise is going to the gym. Wrong. I also used to think this, and that is completely wrong. There's a difference between intentional and non-intentional exercise. So non-intentional exercise is like cleaning, walking your dog. It's like exercise that you're doing, but not because you said, I'm gonna go exercise. And there is a difference, but that's a mental thing where I'm gonna get into it after. With the cardiovascular system, makes your heart muscle stronger, makes you pump blood faster and harder. So there's more oxygen coming to your cells, so for respiration. When you start exercising, you increase in muscle mass, your metabolism goes up. You need more calories, more energy to sustain your muscles. So that means you don't have to focus so much on calories and you don't have to overthink everything that you're eating. But this is only later in the stages. So these are just like some physical things. And also, of course, your body is going to be changing. And this is, if we're being honest with each other, this is the number one reason why people even start going to the gym, is to change themselves physically. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. People are always like, oh, like you shouldn't be changing yourself, like you should be happy with who you are. But I mostly disagree with this. I think that you should always be seeking to change yourself in a more positive way. Yes, then you can get into the whole, oh, plastic surgery, and then it gets into that section. But personally, what I'm talking about today is just going to the gym, improving your physical well-being, your muscle mass percentage, your fat percentage. For women, men, it's different. So you should work out your BMR, so your base metabolic rate. You can search it on the internet. And this is how many calories you burn with just basically doing nothing. Just like if you sat the whole day, this is how many calories you would burn. Different exercise requirements, it really depends on your age and your size right now. I know this is an answer that's really vague and isn't really gonna help, but it does really depend on that, because if you're more on the bigger scale, then you should not be going insane in the gym and weightlifting and like sweating every single time like crazy. Like you should be taking it more slow, and consistency is key. But I'm also going to get into that after, because I'm going to get into the mental side now. So mentally, this is the biggest thing that changed for me, because obviously with the whole self-growth, There's many different aspects. It's like a tree, you know, there's many different aspects. It's like for personally, what I saw the biggest was to-do lists that generally changed my productivity levels and made everything really clear for me. Exercising 100%, sticking to things I'm gonna do, like my word, and basically a lot of different things. But exercise was a huge contributor to this, so I want to dedicate a whole video. Like I said, there's different ways of going and exercising, not only to the gym. You could go boxing, you could go cycling, you could go legit just gymnastics, to a Pilates class, Zumba class, yoga class, unlimited numbers of exercise. But there's a difference between intentional and non-intentional exercise, and this effect of you subconsciously. When you intentionally go out of your way to go and do some self-care, so exercising, then your mind subconsciously has these like systems in place where you start realizing that, oh, I just did this and it was on purpose, so I view myself better because I know that I can do this. And this level that you don't even see building up because you don't even realize this is going on. It all goes on at like, a lot of the things goes on a subconscious level. We don't even realize that a lot of the perceptions and our thoughts are like automatic, subconscious habits, behaviors. So yeah, when you start analyzing also these thoughts, they also tell you a lot about yourself. But that also, I'm going off topic. When you start showing up and for yourself, most importantly, and not for other people and not for social media and how other people see you, it's knowing that you're doing it. So it doesn't matter what other people are seeing. You can eat as healthy as you want around people, and then when you come home, you can legit just eat absolute garbage. That affects you. It doesn't affect other people. Just remember that. The same way going to the gym, and the same thing, basically everything about your life. It affects you, not everyone else. So when you show up for yourself, and this gives you confidence within yourself that you're doing this, you're going. What happened for me is that I felt like I was emphasizing myself more than I was emphasizing other people, because when I had social media, I felt like I was living other people's lives instead of my own. I felt like I was emphasizing and living their life instead of mine. And once I started doing things independently is also a big thing, then I felt like I was putting myself more out there and I was experiencing more. Now with discipline, I have a video somewhere where I filmed a week of me doing things that I didn't want to do. And the main thing is that I have a lot of things I don't want to do, and that's normal. And you have a lot of things that you don't want to do. But the difference is between doing them and just using it as an excuse not to do it. And you've probably heard of David Goggins, where he might stare at his shoes for like 30 minutes before he actually goes and runs like 10 kilometers. And it doesn't have to be 10 kilometers. It can be doing your work, simply doing your homework. It's like washing the dishes, cleaning the floors. Not even big things. It's the small changes that do a lot of. Trust me, there's been so many times I did not want to go to that gym. So many times I didn't want to show up. And even if I can't make it to the gym, you're working out at home, going on a long walk with my dog. It's all forms of intentional exercise that build up and compound over each other. So consistency is key. Like when you're starting in the gym, don't go 7 times a week. Why would you go 6-7 times a week? I used to go 6-7 times a week when I started going to the gym, and guess what happened? Yeah, I did stick to it consistently, but I was exhausted and I felt like I wasn't studying enough, and I was emphasizing the gym over other things, and that's not how it should be. You should have balance, and if you become overwhelmed to a habit, then you're just gonna do it for a month and then you're just gonna give up. So now I go 3 to 4 times a week, and I found that makes it way better because I push myself in those moments instead of kind of spreading out my energy every single day. And rest days are freaking important. I did not know this until like legit like 2 months ago. Not only are you pushing yourself harder when you go to the gym because you feel like you've recovered and you haven't been in the gym in a while, and some people just don't enjoy going to the gym. I have a few friends that just don't enjoy it, and I didn't enjoy it at the start. I really did not enjoy it at the start. So it's about trying new things and like I said, the gym is not the only way of exercising, many different ways, but it's about exercise as a whole. So don't overthink it. Just get up and be honest with yourself. If you didn't go to the gym, ask yourself, what was this excuse and why didn't I go to the gym? Talking to yourself on camera helps. I used to talk every single day to the camera, and I would pick up my phone and then I would ask myself, why do I not want to go to the gym right now? And then I'd realize that it's a stupid excuse, and then guess what I would do? I'd go to the gym. So be honest with yourself, and consistency is key. Consistency is key because this discipline in the gym is going to translate, and it did translate for me into every different aspect of my life. So hopefully you guys learned something today, and I wouldn't say I'm not a professional trainer at all. In fact, I'm not even a trainer. So if you're wanting to learn routines, go search someone up, listen to the videos, educate yourself. But there's a difference between educating yourself and then going and doing it. So don't be the person who just teaches yourself things and never does it. Go do it and go get up. So hopefully you guys learned something today.